So it's your question, what could be done between
That's
now
right.
and 2016?
Yeah, I have a comment, and that is that I'm hoping that the risk assessment that is taking place in Canada will also occur on the U.S. side, which we can only cross our fingers about, but that risk assessment takes into account potential climate change as well, because if surface water is warming at 5 times the rate of air temperatures in the Great Lakes, it makes the nearshore waters a lot more hospitable, and some of those barriers that we talked about as being protective for Lake Superior against invaders, we could be bumping up against some of those thermal thresholds in the fairly near future. I mean, we just don't have a good handle on that. So I'm just hoping that when we think about these risk issues that we're also incorporating a dynamic process of thinking about where the climate is going. What agency actually is doing the, is it Fisheries and Oceans?
Yeah, Fisheries and Oceans has a center of expertise for aquatic risk assessment, and so it's within that we're doing these various risk assessments of aquatic pathways of aquatic invasions. I think currently we're not addressing climate change in those risk assessments, because the first step is just to get at where we're at now. I know for sure I'm just involved in the shipping risk assessment, and definitely we've talked about it in terms of the Arctic, of wanting to incorporate climate change into the risk assessment for the Arctic region, but there's no reason we couldn't do that for all regions. I know for the shipping risk assessment, the study or the risk assessment we're doing for the Great Lakes region is going to be a basin-wide risk assessment. It's going to be a risk assessment including the lakes and the river.
Good.
So we are trying to incorporate data on traffic for all ports.
Roger, do you know if there's a parallel effort on the US side?
I wouldn't call it a parallel effort, but there are risk assessments of sorts being done with the analysis of potential regulations through US EPA and the Coast Guard, which are both regulating under their authorities, US EPA under the National Pollution Discharge Elimination Authority Clean Water Act, and Coast Guard under NISA with their proposed standards. And EPA has recently announced that they're going to do some risk assessment through the National Academy of Sciences to determine what kind of standards are appropriate. So, yeah, I don't know that it will be equivalent, but it's a similar kind of